Well, I think jealousy in a weird way is good for you. I mean, in a relationship, it means that you care. Mm-hmm. I mean, you shouldn't get too jealous. Mm. If you're not jealous of your competitors, you're not going to win. And I look at all the people who work for me, and if they're really, really unhappy that somebody else is doing better, then I'm happy. If they're kind of like, I'm really happy so-and-so's had a hit, it's like, well, why?
Well, do you know, the idea came about from Simon Cowell. I was on holiday with Simon. He's my best friend, and we were parked next to David Geffen's boat, and we went over to meet David Geffen. And I didn't want to be, over the top, but I just read a book about him. I was fascinated, so I asked him a load of questions. He was brilliant, by the way. And on the way back, Simon said, have you ever thought about doing a talk show? And I said, funnily enough, I hadn't.
What's one of the biggest misconceptions about you?
What we do is we deconstruct what goes on inside someone's mind, you see. So say you come with a problem, I have to deconstruct it and build a holographic map in my head and then spoil it. I have to make sure if I change one bit, it doesn't mess up the rest of the system. Now, in the same way, if you have a skill, I can map what goes on in your head and in your body and teach it to somebody else in a fraction of the time it took you to learn. So Hulu approached me and they said, look, we've got an idea for a talk show, and we don't want a conventional talk show host. We want somebody who is, much more sort of psychologically based.
I really enjoy hard work. I'm not a person that relaxes well. And I think that if you're going to try to achieve many goals at the same time, you have to be humble enough to accept the help of other intelligent people, but you must be dedicated, and you have to work harder than everybody else, You really have to pay attention.
I said, yeah, absolutely interested. They said, we want the 100 most interesting people in the world in the next 3 years. But we don't necessarily want actors because there's inside the actor's studio. But we want game changers, heretics, business leaders, writers, scientists, all household names to begin with, and then we start going a bit more left field.